Welcome back to the Forge for another rusty production. Today we're going to try and make some chain. So I've been messing around with some forge welding over the last couple of months now, and I haven't really got any good results. The best thing I've pretty much done is things like this, where it's a thin piece of metal and I've been able to weld them together. Today I'm going to try something a little bit thicker. We're going to go for this 10mm stock, and we're going to try and make a couple of chain links. See how we go with that. So I'll just quickly show you what's happening with the forge, and then we'll get started. All right, it's a bit of dust in the air, but you can see down here, the other day I noticed that there was a whole bunch of sparks coming from the back. Those sparks were all flying out the back of there, which basically means that the metal's burning. And what's happened after I've let it cool down is I've found that not only did it burn, but it actually melted that whole chunk out of this plate steel here. So we'll need to replace that at some point, just not today. But I am going to try and get this very, very hot again so that I can get it to welding temperature and we can try welding the chain. Get a heat up around about here, and we'll cut that on the hardie tool. Left-handed people. Not saying I'm doing a good job. Alright, so this is the start of our chain. Clean up that area there. It's going to be a scarf anyway, so sort of bend this around the horn a little. Might just heat up the rest of it a little bit more. Got the scarfing done, so basically those pieces will fold over one another as I bring them round, and then we'll be ready to weld. Starting to sparkle already. Don't want that to happen. Right, so I'm pretty sure that's about where I want it. I've really not done this successfully before, so this is all just a test. Clean up some of the excess scale off there. Don't want that to just dent the chain. Now we'll get it super hot and we'll bring it back for forging. It was close, but it didn't quite take hold. Right, so it is actually forge welded, but in the center. On the edges there, it's not so much. So I'm just going to give it one more go. I'll give it a bit of a clean up. One thing I've noticed is that if I start looking into the fire when it's at this sort of heat, I start going blind. So if you guys have got any ideas on what I can do about that, other than I guess wearing a shield or some sort of sunglasses, let me know. Oh no. Well, that didn't work. Okay, so that last attempt was not 100% successful. It did actually weld together and then it split apart afterwards because I was twisting it the wrong way. So this is where it got to when I started to try and pull it apart. But what you'll see, hopefully you can see, yeah, you see that little rolled part up there? So what I was doing is trying to weld it in the center. And while it was kind of welding in the center, it wasn't welding on the edges. So I've got to actually concentrate, or I'm going to try and concentrate on welding the thinner pieces on so that it doesn't sort of lift straight up as soon as I try and move the metal after that. So it's a couple of days later, I had to go and get some more fuel so I could get the heat up. I'm going to need to get the forge started again and give it another go. That end is hot. Not going to be able to see this on the video because it just doesn't have enough contrast, but that area right in the center is pretty close to where I want it to be. Now it'll probably show up white on the video, but it's actually bright orange if not yellow, and every now and then it gets to white, but it doesn't hang along long enough for me to actually get the metal to welding heat. So heat control is going to be a large part of me being able to successfully weld. And I know I can get it to that heat on this. It's just more a case of whether I can get that size metal, which is 10 mil thick, to that heat. So this is taking a lot longer than it might seem because of the edits, and I've been trying to get that heat just about right for probably about 45 minutes now, nearly an hour. So I'll keep working on it, see if I can get it to sparkle. So that last weld stuck a little bit, but not a lot, and didn't hold the weld. So I'm starting to lose a little bit of confidence with this. What I'm going to try and do is actually build that confidence back up. I'm going to try some of this thinner stock. I'm just going to use these two pieces of metal and put them into the forge, get them to where I would expect the welding heat to be, and then try and weld them together. Now, if I can do that, ideally the technique is correct. And then I'll keep trying for the heavier stuff, but let's give this a go, see if I can get that confidence going. you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is well and truly forged, welded. Come back to that in a moment. Yeah, I decided to get this thing going. I think I'm about to melt my forge. Anyway, let's try these chain links now. I'll just give it one more going over. Press on it. Whoop. Alright, definitely welded where we want it. Now let's see if we can get this to shape out the way we want. A little bit of a daggy bit there. Right, so it's welded through this side here. There's just a little bit of a daggy spot there. I'll just see if I can close that bit up there, and then I think we'll be just about done on that loop. Close that bit up there. And that's right. Now, now the one thing that I did see in some of the other videos, oh bloody hell, it didn't again. So the one thing I did see is that they did talk about losing metal, and you can see there on the end that I've actually lost a lot of weight in that, but it's definitely forge welded. So I'm very excited about that. Alright, well that's the first legit loop I've got, and you can see I've lost a lot of material there. So I'm just going to give it another go on the next link, and then we'll see if we can join 3 of them together. A little bit more. It's taking. It's just not completely sealed. Right, so that can use a little bit of cleaning up. That's number 2, but that's definitely welded as well. So there's our 2. I'll just heat this one up just a little bit more, and then bring it back to this shape. Then we will try to put a 3rd link in there, and therefore we've got our first makings of a chain. So there's link number 2, link number 1, and then we've got one that I started to make before but didn't quite get anywhere with it, which is this link here. Now it's a little bit bigger than the rest, but I am going to try and lock this one up to actually join these together. So I've just got a little bit of a ratty piece I've got to get rid of on top, so I will come back. So here's the loop we're going to try and bring together, so I'll put one One on the here, and two on here. Try and move quickly. Get my hammer out. Bring these closer together. Alright. So that's about where I want it. Now let's see if we can forge weld this final one. It is together, it's just coming apart a little bit. We're just gonna give it another go just through that top part there. Bloody hell, not quite. It's not quite there. Oh, come on. Cool, finally. There we go, now I'll just heat it up a little bit more so I can bring that back around and just finish the loop. I burned the hell out of the metal, there's no doubt there, but it's a chain. Okay, it's rough, it's burnt, but it is a chain. And there you have it. How good is this? I am incredibly messy, incredibly dirty, but I have a forge welded chain at the end of it. So it's only 3 links. I'll be adding to these as I go over time, and obviously there's a hell of a lot of mistakes. I'm dropping metal, I'm burning metal. I don't know if you can see the texture there, but it's certainly not clean. One of the other things too is I've lost material. You can see, I think you can see there, you can see like that has lost a lot of material through there. So I'm going to be adding to this chain over time, and ideally I'll be able to see my progress as I go, but I'm incredibly happy that I've been able to achieve even that. And hopefully you've enjoyed watching too. So if you liked the video, give us a like. If you've got any comments on things I can do to improve, I am looking to improve, so leave those there. If you've got any encouragement, I would also love that as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the subscribe bell so you're notified when I release a new video, which is ideally every single week. And until next time, thanks so much for watching.